Name's PS2 Cummings. I'm E5 in the Navy, and I work at Noss Little Creek as a personnel specialist in reserve pay. What made me decide to join the Navy was in order to find myself. I decided to serve for my country, and at the time it was still big in with post 9/11, so I thought the Navy would be the best fit for me. I wanted to see the world. I originally came in as air crew and went through the training pipeline in Pensacola following boot camp, and then went on to Whidbey Island for the final stages of training. And in Whidbey Island, at the final stages of training, is when I had my incident. I hung out with the wrong crowd, people that didn't care as much about me as I thought that they did, and I ended up getting pregnant at the beginning of that training. I lost the baby. It just devastated me, and it took me a while to even start talking about it. So then I went out after finding that information out, and I did everything you're supposed to do, Did the tipsy taxi up in Whidbey Island to get back to base. We were safe. I was with a group of people. The next day, I didn't wake up on time for work, which is class. And so my instructors, came to my barracks room and ended up taking me to get a fit for duty at medical. And based on that, I admitted, yeah, I was wrong. The evidence speaks for itself. I'm obviously not fit for duty. They sent me to SARP as a self-referral. I'm really grateful that they let me do a self-referral. I think the consequences would have been a lot worse. I'm very thankful that my chain of command at the squadron realized that she's not a bad person. She's a very hard worker. We're going to give her another chance. And so they sent me back to SARP. Just talking to someone helps. I knew I had a good DAPA at the squadron. Chief Dickerson, he plays two roles for me. He's not only my leading chief petty officer, but he's also the command DAPA. When I talk with him on a regular basis, personally, DAPA related, he doesn't hold any judgment. It's a relief to be able to go to talk to someone and realize that he's going to give me, information or some guidance based on the years of experience he's had.
All right, so again, using your resources that you're doing, you've been... KateCummings, she's one of my 10, she's one out of 10 pay clerks that I have. She produces pay documents, process pay for over 300 reservists. She's a stellar sailor. I was surprised that she was able to share something like that. You wouldn't have thought anything like that would have happened to her. But the way she carried herself, the way she lives her creed, she's all about uplifting other sailors, doing the right thing, even when people are not looking. So she just have that certain standard about her, expectations about her. So I think whatever happened, she learned her lesson, and she's not going to let it happen again because she's very focused and she has goals.
I would say the short-term consequences were that I received a lower eval where I would have been promoted at that time. It followed me to the squadron, so I had to deal with the negative impact of what people thought I was going to be like. Long-term, I am applying for OCS, and I know that, my actions in the past are brought up at clearance boards and for the designators that I'm applying for. Responsible drinking is so important, especially in today's age where we have the cutbacks and the drawdowns of the troop sizes, where everyone's competing just to even stay in. You're not always just competing for the highest eval or the best position at work. You're competing to stay in. This is your livelihood. If I get another incident, I'm out. I think you really have to take into account that, is this going to affect my job? Is this going to affect my family life? Is this going to affect my credit? It's big things in today's economy that just play very important factors into it. When I don't have a chance to go talk to someone about my issues, then I can go run or go work out. I have a really nice base to run on, so it helps, and it helps me clear my mind. I like to hang out with my friends, more responsible ones these days. We have running events at the command. I try to volunteer when we're not working the drill weekends.
We all came into the military for our own particular reasons. If you're planning to stay in for a career, you don't want any setbacks. So you want to keep what you've earned. You want to hold on to everything you worked hard for, all those deployments that help you make rank or achieve a certain qualification. You give that all away off of one simple mistake. So that's why it's very important. Keep what you earn. Don't give it away just as easy, as just making a bad decision.
Keep what you've earned means to me, I've gotten this far. Why am I gonna make these silly decisions, frivolous decisions? They're gonna, make me lose it. And I was fortunate enough to get second chances. This doesn't happen for everyone. They saw something in me that maybe I didn't see myself at the time. So that has really propelled me to continue to do that, because if they're gonna give me that second chance, then I'm not gonna smear their good name and their faith in me by throwing it all away. I feel really good. I just graduated with my master's degree. So I feel that I can be challenged and I will overcome it. Sometimes it just takes longer than others. I'm trying to buy a house. I have all these things going for me. I don't want to lose it. So I have to be honest with myself and constantly remind myself that make good decisions.